Hello YouTube, and welcome to the Carlito Show. So before I show you guys how I do this, full disclaimer, don't do this. If you're feeling like your skill is not up to par, don't do this. If you're feeling uncomfortable in any way, don't do that. Your body telling you don't do this. It's dangerous, and I'm not liable that you lose a finger or smash your quad into concrete trying to do this silly trick. So again, don't do this. Now for the people that know how to do this, the answer is quite simple. So first of all, you need to have a quad that is that has something changed on Betaflight. So on Betaflight, you need to have either the accelerometer off, or you have to, if you have the accelerometer on, you have to have small angle equals 180. So once you have those two things on, you should be able to arm your quad whenever, no matter what position your quad's in. So if it's up, down, left, right, it doesn't really matter. Now the secondary thing that you need to do is, obviously, you have to arm it with a switch. So you can't arm it normally as well, as other people might do with a stick. You have to arm it with a switch, is what I meant. Right, so after you set the either the small angle to 180, or you just simply take the accelerometer off, I've noticed that you need to arm the quad at least once before you throw it. I've had several, well, when I was testing this, I had several fails where I would just throw the drone and it would spin into nothing. It just wouldn't arm in the air. So for the first time, once you put the battery, with every fresh new battery, just put the quad on the floor like that and arm it once. That's it. And after this, you are now ready to throw your drone. A lot of people were asking, are you throwing it on acro? And the answer is yes. Simply because I'm not really sure what's going to happen, or what would happen if I set it to level mode. I mean, if it's spinning in the right way, it might just be that it ends up in the right way. But if it's upside down or slightly to the side, I really don't know how level mode is going to act to that. So the best way that I found is to just throw it on acro mode. And then it's up to you to keep it level and not crash it anywhere. So the actual throw, what I use is, instead of grabbing an arm, because you're like holding the prop and it can get quite dangerous, is I just grab the motor. So I just put my finger around the motor like this. You don't really need to grab the arm because it's a bit awkward to throw, but when you put the finger around the motor, you have a very gentle, like your quad weighs almost nothing, so you have a very gentle way of throwing the quads, and it's gonna stay as level as it can stay. Now again, it's not, there's no way that you can just throw it and it will always be level, but if you can keep it level while you're throwing it, that would be, you'd have the best results. Once you arm it, it's gonna go real smooth and it's gonna stop spinning. And try to throw it as high as you can. Now you need to arm while it's flying up into the sky. You need to arm it as it's reaching its apogee. Apogee? Is that a word? I think so. It's maximum height, basically, because if something is wrong and the drone ends up flying upside down and plummeting to the ground and you arm it, bad things are going to happen. So make sure that once you throw, you have to be as quick as you can to be sure to arm the drone as soon as it's hitting the maximum height, and just you know, keep an eye on the drone as soon as you launch it, and then very quickly transit either to your goggles or to your FPV screen. Aside from that, there is a couple of other things that it makes it slightly easier to throw it and for it not to crash. Firstly, if you have a Tango, it makes it that much easier, because when you throw it, as soon as you throw it, rather than putting the goggles on and trying to figure out if you're up or down, you can just look down into your screen and actually see if the quad is upright or downright, and then correct it to the correct angle. So if it's spinning upside down or twisting around, when you arm it, it's gonna slow down with the spinning, but you still need to correct it. If it's upside down, you need to roll it back to the correct size, and then once it's rolled back to the correct size, then it's when you can put the goggles down and fly, basically. And I guess you can even do this if you are just throwing it line of sight, although it might, you know, if you're not an expert in line of sight, obviously use some goggles. So if you are hardcore, as I think you are, you're gonna want to launch your quad with your goggles on for maximum coolness. Now again, this is be careful, test this before starting to throw like drones around in your backyard. Test it by simply hand launching it carefully in front of you, rather than just throwing it out the window or something like that. Like that. Train a couple of times simply by launching the drone from your hand. And you can even do this line of sight. And when you're ready to man up, yo, put, oh shit, literally, because there's shit on the floor. When you're ready to man up, put your goggles down, get the little swing going, and there you go. Say what? Oh yeah. Next, one of the most important things in doing the Carlito throw is what you say before you throw. So obviously you have to be all cool and say something like I said on my first video if you didn't watch it. So you see those guys like Mr. Steele and all the other guys like flying a drone off their hands. That's not how you do it. This is how you do it. It was how does Mr. You've probably seen Mr. Mustache or some other guys flying the drones off their hands, but that is the incorrect way, and I have corrected them. Thus, what is the word? Schooling them. So Mr. Mustache, if you are watching, I'm sorry. And after that you throw the drone and people gaze in awe. Oh my god, that gentleman is awesome. Thank you. Lastly, the when you land, you can't just land and go pick up your drone. That would be very lame. So the correct way, again, if you've seen the video on Facebook, yeah, up in here. The correct way to then share that you are indeed the greatest Carlito throwing drone in the world is to up in here and notice the movement of the arms, and like not parallel to the body, but it's like you're cutting the air just like props, and then you transit into an X-type maneuver in the middle of your body, indicating that you are crossing out your opponents, gangster style, yo. And that's all for today's show. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you're not subscribed yet, why not subscribe? You simply need to click this button here. Over here, you click on it, and then there's like a subscribe thing, like you've never used YouTube, right? And then on this side, you have a couple more videos that you can watch of me doing more silly things. and thanks for watching. Bye!